Hello again everybody, and welcome to part 2 of chair yoga, yoga for your lower body. Now you want to keep the same principles as before, so you want to keep your straight back and your shoulders back and your posture aligned. The same thing with your head. You can afford to relax your head a little bit more for lower body yoga. It's more about the alignment in your spine and maintaining that opening into your belly as you lengthen up, in order to keep the blood and the oxygen flowing freely through your body. Now, again, to create some stability in your posture, for some of you, you might find it easier to lift one bottom cheek and then another butt cheek, so that you are directly on your sit bones. Now this can be a little bit strange and can seem a little bit unbalancing, but I promise you, as soon as you breathe in and breathe out, you'll find that stability just comes to you. Now, you can't see my feet, so I'm just going to move. And now, as you can see, like before, my feet do not touch the floor of the chair. This is what happens wherever I go, on a train, on a plane, it doesn't matter. Now, for you, for chair yoga with your lower body, after aligning yourself, you want to ground your left leg onto the floor. So if you can fit your foot to be flat on the floor, that's going to ground you and give you some stability. Don't worry that the other leg is up and doing its own thing right now. Just focus on the left leg and rooting it to the floor, grounding it into the floor. If you can't quite do that, like me, it's a bit of a challenge, you want to focus more about pushing your heel to the floor, like you're kicking something away, and just allowing the toes to relax. And when they come back up, just try and let them down again. It's not always easy to maintain that consciousness, but once you do, it's not too bad. Another way is to just focus on rooting your leg into the chair itself to help give you that stability. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your right leg and just test it for me. I want you to see if you can lift it up high and extend, if you can lift it any higher, and if not, if you're just here, that's fine. If you're just here and your knee is still bent, you just want to first off bring it up to as much as you can extend your knee as possible without causing pain, and then let it down gently. So with each deep breath in, you go out, and with each exhale, let it come back, nice and gentle. And just do this a couple of times. Now, be very wary of any knee injuries, any surgeries, anything that has caused twisted, built-up pain into your legs and into your knees, specifically the knees and the backs of your knees. Now, the tendons, when we attempt to straighten them, particularly from these sorts of positions, that's when we feel it. That's when we can feel, oh, no, can't go any further. Just take yourself to where you're able to, and then if you feel like you want to take yourself further and it's not painful, go for it. If you need to relax it off a little and just take your time, do that as well. This is your journey, so it's all about how everything works for you, how it works for your body. Now, before I do the next side, I just want to talk a little bit about knee pain itself. Now, knees weight bear just as much as our ankles do and our hips do. They're the joint. That's why they are the joints, because they weight bear the things. So whilst we're moving everything else around and we're lifting up all this heavy crap and throwing and anything that we do, or lifting people, anything that's causing strain, this is our hips and our knees and our ankles. That's what's taking it. That's what's carrying us through every single day. And those are the things that get strained more than anything else. I know many people that have got twisted ligaments and tendons in their knees and elbows just from working in a warehouse where they're standing up all day on their feet. And as much as they think that it's just their feet that get affected, the knees just get locked up in this horrible stiff tension that's so painful to try to reverse. But I promise you, there's so much more benefit to your body by giving it a chance to straighten. I like to think of it as as uncurling the noodles, you know, all of the horrible work that's gone into building up our bodies for what we do. You know, it comes into this twisting, like, you know, curling spaghetti-like fashion in our muscles and our bodies and everything. So when we do yoga, we're taking that curly noodle tendon and we're straightening it, but we're not straightening it at once. You know, little by little, and we'll get there. Also, I want to add, because this is the second part of chair yoga, if anybody's starting to feel any discomfort in their hips or their lower back, take a break, stand up, stretch it out, or maybe leave it for the day and come back to this another time. However, if you feel like you're ready to continue forward, I will continue forward. So you want to take your right foot, sorry, because this is you being mirrored to me. You want to take your right foot and do the same thing, ground it to the floor underneath you, keeping your spine straight and your shoulders back. Test how much you can lift your leg. So if you can just lift it here and that's as far as you can go, that's fine. If you can take it further, and then if you can take it even further, do so using muscle strength and bone strength to help get you there. Now what you want to do is just the same as before, so you just lift it up and then let it go with the breath. Inhale to lift up, and then exhale, let it go, nice and gentle, so you're not straining the knee, you're just warming it up. You can do this as many times as you like, as much as you feel you need to. And then when you're ready, test your endurance by holding this position. Now when we hold these positions, this is when we start to get tired. Our legs shake and it's constantly telling us no, it wants to go back down. But by keeping this position, you're actually strengthening and lengthening the backs of your knees. Like I said, don't worry if you can't bend your knee just yet and you're just here. I just want you to focus on taking a deep breath in and pushing the oxygen with each breath out to the backs of your legs, where they're going to feel that, where they're going to get the most benefit. Remember, if you're a smoker, this is also going to be particularly a little bit hard. And in fact, as a smoker, I used to, when I smoked myself, you find that when it comes to stretching tendons, when you've got nicotine and other chemicals into your body, that it feels like that stretch is going to split everything. And I understand that, so it feels like that when that happens, it's not, everything isn't going to lengthen, it's just going to shatter. You know, it's that brittleness that comes with smoking itself. Just push oxygen into those places even all the more, because that's just going to help gain some oxygen to push through those horrible things. It takes time, but you will get there. Now, after you've done your single leg stretches, you want to reorient yourself. Make yourself get comfortable again, and just test your fluidity, test your relaxation. You know, roll your shoulders back, give it all a shake. Your legs will probably be feeling a little bit sore after a bit of practice, particularly if there's any soreness in your knees. Make sure that you massage around the areas. You know, have a nice gentle warm bath. Anything that's going to help heal you through. You know, just don't push yourself to anything don't push yourself past your limits. Understand your limits, respect your limits, and when it comes down to it, yoga will work more in your favor by not going against yourself. You know, you want to work with what's going to be beneficial for you. No legs behind your head today. No, just let yourself do that. So now you want to raise both your legs up. And allow yourself to lean into your chair just a little here, so that you're shifting your weight across all your sit bones, so that it's not just in one concentrated place. Allow your shoulders to roll back, and it does not matter how high your legs come up here. All I want you to focus on is stretching out the ankles. So you want to roll your ankles one way, and then you want to roll them the other way. And just keep going, do what feels good for you. You know, you want to click the toes, you want to point your ankles and your toes away from you. You know, if you just want to shake them out, relax them off, that's fine as well. That is not a problem. There we go. Now, and just play with it. And if you're ready to, after warming up your knees and your ankles a little bit more, see how long you can hold this for. Now you will start to feel some fatigue, particularly in your upper legs, because we're not used to trying to hold them up this way. You know, we're not used to holding them up at all. They normally hold us, which is why it can be a little bit like, and it can be frustrating, because some people will be like, well, I should be able to do that. But you know what? Everybody's different. Everybody's built a different way. So just take yourself to where you are, and then and be gentle with it. Wonderful. There we go. Now, there are other chair postures to do. However, I'm not sure if everybody would be comfortable to be able to do them just yet. So I'm just going to demonstrate. But another one to stretch out is more to stretch out your inner thighs here. So not everybody's going to be able to do this, but you want to sit into your chair, move your butt cheeks out of the way if you need to. Don't, if you're the lucky few that don't need to at all. And from here, you just want to take one leg out as wide as you can, so that you can feel the stretch to your hip. Now, if any of you have hip pain and joint pain around the upper parts of your leg, or still feel a bit of stretching in your knee that you're not ready for, then don't go for this just yet. However, if you're ready to, if you feel like you need a little bit of stretch out for your thighs, take the other one and do the same. Now you can just lift up and just reposition yourself here. Now, this can put a little bit of pressure on the hips, which you don't want. So if that's the case, then I wouldn't do this. Otherwise, if you feel quite light and feel able, or if you're a little bit, just if you can, bring your knees apart and bring your feet flat on the floor. There you go, you can see my feet now. So you bring your knees flat on the floor. So if you can take them any wider, absolutely go ahead. Sit up nice and tall and sit back onto your hips, well, onto your butt, so that your hips are forward and you're not leaning one way or all the way back, because if you go all the way back, that's going to hurt. You just want to be nice and aligned in the middle, and all I want you to do is focus on keeping your feet on the floor. That's all. Take a deep breath in and stretch. Just a nice gentle stretch for the inner thighs here. It's lovely, it's not too bad. And that concludes our chair stretches for today. However, I'm going to continue just to add a little add-on to the end of this segment. Now, for any of you that's done the first chair one and the second chair for the lower body, you might find there's a little bit of stiffness and tension in your lower back, in your hips, maybe even a little bit in your butt as well. So what you want to do is let yourself stand up gently, legs hip width apart, and make sure you just move your knees a little so that you're not standing up and going straight back into that straight jaw locked position, you know what I mean? You know, so you want to be a bit looser, you know, allow yourself to move. And from here, bring your arms up to the sky, or as much as you can, that's comfortable for you, and stretch out your spine. There we go. Nice little stretch. Just where we've been sat down, have a little bit of movement. You know, shake out your legs, shake out your ankles. Just let me know if you feel a difference. You know, if you don't feel any difference, I might need to do something else, or, you know, consider something else for you. Trouble is I can't see you guys, you know, I can't see what's happening to your bodies, you know, if you're practicing yourself. So just let me know what's going on with you, and we'll do do our best to counter it. You know, that's what I'm here for. The other thing you want to do is that if you've been sat down in your chair for a while and you feel stiffness in your hips and your butt and your lower back, take your hands, and if you can reach round to your back, you want to take them to your lower spine, just here. Now, if you can arch your back a little into your hands, then you'll find a nice gentle stretch all through your sternum and in your back as well. Otherwise, just have a little massage. And I move the skin around, move the muscle around. You'll find that after sitting in the chair and doing your stretches, this will feel really nice. And if you can get somebody else to do it for you, that's always a bonus. So now let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see as part of chair yoga, or if you'd like to see anything integrated as part of the practices that you would feel be a bit more beneficial for your body. Let me know, and I will work on something else soon. The next videos coming up will be continuously as part of the heel and open. I'll be moving some chairs, some postures to the floor onto the yoga mat itself, where we'll be using equipment. But if you're not ready for that, keep doing the chair yoga. Keep doing it in your own time. And if you want a real flow rather than just a basis for postures, let me know and I'll create one and you can just follow it all the way through. So, thank you for watching. Namaste. And I hope you feel better.